pussy cost me. And when the nigga started hating, that's when the nigga lost me. Fantastical, that's what the hoes call me. Why y'all trip?
Mazuma TV back with another video. Alright guys, this is just to talk about Anthony Joshua and Vladimir Klitschko's statements towards him now. Shout out to Boxing News 24 for the article I had just read. I think Vladimir Klitschko, I don't know if this is like a language barrier or I'm reading it in the wrong kind of tone, but it seems as if Vladimir Klitschko is like clowning on Anthony Joshua because of the muscle mass that he has. And Klitschko says something to the effect of muscles are cool, but do you understand the sweet science? So it's kind of pretty much what Mayweather had told Andre Berto in their build-up to his last fight back in September of 2015. He said muscles don't win fights. You know what I'm saying? He could be as husky as he wants to. That don't mean shit. You know what I'm saying? So with him saying that, it's pretty much the same thing that Mayweather has said. And he's talking about how he could be a CrossFit world champion, and he was just saying all this wild shit. He said, does he understand the sweet science? I mean, he understands bodybuilding, but does he understand the idea of boxing? And I was like, has Anthony Joshua always looked this way? You know what I'm saying? Because if you look at Anthony Joshua, I was wondering if him being slow had been something that he always been, or is the muscle that he has slowing him down? And I looked at pictures of him like at different periods, stages in his life. I watched his amateur show. I watched his amateur fights. I looked at some pictures from his amateur times. I looked at the beginning of his professional career. And I'm looking at him during his training camp right now. And just based off of the pictures that I'm showing in this presentation right here, there's huge differences right here, man. Like, he's always had the height. He's always been tall heavyweight, 6'6", 6'7". But this guy looks different as hell. And it's not because of the facial hair. I'm talking about straight, like, body structure. And you could blame it on him getting older and that his body has grown, but this is strictly muscle that I'm seeing the changes in. And it's pretty crazy how much Anthony Joshua focuses on his fucking muscles. You know what I'm saying? It looks like he strictly focuses on his bodybuilding routine, you know what I'm saying? Which is nothing wrong with that. Guys have been successful with bodybuilding like Evander Holyfield and shit, you know what I'm saying? And but with this right here, Anthony Joshua is a slow fighter, you know what I'm saying? And I watched him back at his amateur fights, and surprisingly enough, he was a lot quicker and a lot more mobile back when he was in the amateurs, you know? And I don't think, with Anthony Joshua being extremely young, there's no like legitimate excuse as to why he isn't fast anymore or why his punches aren't as fast as they were before. You know, if anything, it should be faster because he's a lot older and he's reaching the peak of his career right now. And if not, he's like just about to hit that peak. So it pretty much took me off guard. You know, I watched his fight where he had gotten stopped in the amateurs, and even with him getting stopped, his feet looked a lot faster, and he didn't look as robotic as he does now. He looks like a machine, you know, that does like specific patterns and shit. Like, his combinations are slow, everything. Now, I'm not trying to discredit Anthony Joshua in any way, but I'm making it clear that he was a quicker fighter back when he was in the amateurs, you know. And I believe when he had first started entering the pros, he had been weighing around 220 pounds. 220 pounds, right? That's pretty light, you know. I think Wilder walks, he comes in at 230, you know, something like that. So he was lighter than Wilder's skinny ass, you know what I'm saying? He's coming in at 220 pounds. Now he is weighing in at 250 pounds. You know what I'm saying? So that's 30 pounds. So I'm assuming here that he had gained 30 pounds of muscle doing the math. That's 30 pounds of muscle is a whole lot, you know. And just in this picture right here, you see that he's muscular as shit. without a doubt. And he's only gotten bigger since then. So I want to see how he looks in the weigh-in going into the Klitschko fight. Because in my opinion, for him to beat Vladimir Klitschko, he has to be unorthodox. He has to bring out a side of him that will give Klitschko problems. But Klitschko isn't hard. I mean, he isn't hard to hit, but he's hard to knock out. You know what I'm saying? For a tall fighter, he might be able to get some punches off on Klitschko, but he is not easy to knock out. The man has not been knocked out since 2004. 2004, my man, that was fucking 13 years ago. 13 years ago, he got stopped by Lamont Brewster, you know what I'm saying? And he has not gotten knocked out since then. He has lost in his previous fight by Tyson Fury. He got hurt in the 12th round, but was not able to be taken out of there by Tyson Fury. He lost a unanimous decision. That's the only unanimous decision that he's ever lost, So it's sort of like Joshua has to knock him out, but with like his slow robotic movements and shit, it may be more difficult than people think it's gonna be. Klitschko has a whole lot of experience. A lot of people assume because Klitschko is older that Anthony Joshua has a huge advantage over him, but experience may play a major role in this fight. And with Joshua being so slow, he may have some trouble getting some hits off on Klitschko. Not saying that Klitschko is fast, but he may be able to catch punches. He might be able to catch a shoot on Anthony Joshua effectively, So I just want y'all guys to see the progression in these pictures. If you look at this fucking picture that's coming up right now, this guy's neck is huge. And this is a current picture. This is him in camp right now, From what people have told me, this is what he looks like right now. His fucking neck is huge. He's definitely seems to be putting on more muscle than all of his previous fights. But if that's what he wants to do, man, for me personally, I think he's holding himself back doing that. But it is what it is, man. He looked a lot quicker in the amateurs, like I said, and with him having these kind of muscles, muscle's not a bad thing to have, but having too much could definitely affect your fight game. So with that being said, I really believe that he has to calm down on that bodybuilding trainer, because it may affect him in the long run. He looked like he was kind of tired against Dillian Whyte after he had gotten rocked. You know what I'm saying? And he took his time afterwards. There's no problem with keeping your composure and being patient, but it seemed as if he was trying to conserve as much energy as he could against Dillian Whyte. That's just personally what I think. Look at the man's neck, it's fucking crazy. It doesn't even look like it should be attached to his head. He fucking looks huge. But I think that Anthony Joshua's muscles will affect him in the long run, especially if he goes down in the later rounds against Klitschko. Not saying that the fight will go long. I'm not sure. That's what makes boxing what it is. I mean, that's what makes boxing so exciting. You never know what's going to happen, especially in the heavyweight division. But I definitely think that Anthony Joshua's muscles will affect him a lot against Vladimir Klitschko. And I want to know what y'all guys think about this. Make sure y'all subscribe to this channel. This is Mazuma TV, and guess what? I'm out.